Hi, I'm Jay, and this is VR Bikes. Welcome back to the channel. This is a little bit strange. I don't normally do it like this, but we are going to go and jump straight in with this bike because I have taken delivery of not one, but two new projects that were designed to see me through the winter. I'm not quite sure if they are, but we will see. And yeah, why the confusion? Let me show you. Right, so I'm in a bit of an awkward place here because I've just gone to the nearest socket so I could charge the battery. Now, this is a Triumph ST1050, and this was advertised as non-running. And when it was advertised, it didn't show the boxes, and it comes with the boxes. So, added bonus there. Now, the battery didn't, well, it wasn't turning the engine, so I've got no idea if this runs. Now, I've been around it, and there are a couple of tiny little bits. The bobbin there is bent with the silver bit of trim cracked as well. I think that might have been through transit, but the panels on that side look really good. And then when I come around to this side, it's really good, apart from a tiny little bit of damage there, which we'll get a touch up. And the bobbin has got a little bit of wear on it there, as you can see. Now, it's come with keys, which is really good. And I've had the battery charging now for 20 minutes or so. It's showing at 95%, which, yeah, I'd like to wait to 100 really, but we'll turn it off and we'll remove these bits here and stick the battery charger out of the way. So, I don't believe that I am ever that lucky, and so we will see now if this starts. If it does, fantastic. I know it's a 28,000 mile bike, which isn't a lot, but these Triumph STs don't seem to have too much of a following, and that's affected the pricing. However, this was oh, I can't, it was a bargain. It was an absolute bargain, especially with the boxes, which I wasn't expecting. I've got to apply for a logbook, which is fine, but it comes with keys, and it's just this isn't going to run. There we go. I didn't hear the fuel pump the first time I did that. So we're showing 28,292 miles. This hasn't been started. However, this has got normally 3 exhausts at the back, and it's been replaced with a performance one. So I don't think it'll start one-handed. No, because of the clutch, which is going to make this very awkward. Actually, I need to take the mic off because this mic distorts the sound when an engine starts. So let's get you set up. There have been times in the past when I've said, don't think this bike's going to start, but really had a feeling it was. I will be amazed if this engine is okay. A cold start, so I'm just going to give that a second. I can't believe that started. That sounds absolutely sick in a good way. Well, there you have it. I am absolutely flabbergasted. That sounded absolutely brilliant. No knocks, no rattles. After the first starter sequence, I didn't think it was going to start. It just didn't sound like there was anything there at all. But second time, and boom, that is incredible. So, a couple of bits to do on. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, right. Well, yeah. Okay, right. Seriously, you're not making this up. All right. Okay, right. This bobbin needs to be straightened out, and this chrome piece needs to be replaced. That's fine. It needs a wash. Needs a good wash. I need to order a logbook for it, as I've mentioned. And I need to, put the seat on. 2 bolts. I'm missing 2 bolts. I'm so unhappy that I didn't get those 2 bolts with the bike. Then, I'm going to get my mop out and give them a really good polish. And the key that came with that, this Givey box, hasn't got the surround on the key. It's just the key blade. So I need to get that done as well. And I think I'm going to order another key. It's such a basic key. I cannot believe this bike. What was that? Okay. And there's a side compartment there. I haven't gone in there yet. This is the way my luck's going with this bike. It's probably a gold bar in there. Oh my god! The logbook is in there. Oh, that's a £25 saving. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna go and have my coffee now, and then I'm gonna go and do the lottery. While washing the bike yesterday, which came up really, really well, the one thing that I wanted to try and save, I actually ended up breaking. So I'm going to have that off. I'm going to plastic staple it, and then I'm going to see how bad it is on the joints. If it's really bad, then I'm just going to sand it down, turn it black, and stick it back in there. But well, I'm going to see how that comes off. I think this is Caspian blue, but I do need to just make sure. And this is just for those bits down there. And I'm just going to go with a touch-up pen with those, because it's not in a very visible place, and I think I can actually make that look pretty decent. So we'll see how that goes. I still have the boxes to clean, and you can see I've missed a couple of little bits when I was cleaning it, but it was quite dusty, and yesterday was bloody freezing and very, very windy. It's still a little bit windy today, but it's nothing like it was yesterday. Also, I'm just going to see if I can find another bump stop, because I'm not keen on that looking like that. So that's a lot better. Turn it round. But no, I will see if I can find one of those today. So yes, let's get that bit off and have a look and see how it connects. I think it's one of those connectors that's got the just the metal rings on it that push. It's a push fit one. I can't see it too clearly, but I'll get in there and have a look. Well, I have retreated indoors because it is bloody cold out there. Right, I've got this bit of trim off. That's the brake line there. And we are going to plastic weld this back into place and see how we go. I need to keep that joint there. That joint there as still as possible. So we'll see how this goes. Unfortunately, I need 2 hands for this, so I'm going to have to put you down. Right, so I've stuck 3 pins in there, one at the bottom, poking outwards because it doesn't really matter, one inside, and one at the top is just there just to hold it. So that's what we're left with, which I don't think it'd be too visible when it's on the bike. So I'm going to change tools now. I'm going to go for the glue gun. Yes, that's what we're going to go for, the glue gun. And we're going to fill that cavity. Right, cautiously optimistic with this because I've put it back on and it looks pretty good. I'm quite happy with that. The behind of it is hollow, so I filled that up with some glue from the glue gun, and I primed the surface of the fairing just to give it a little bit more of a purchase when putting it back on. So that's it. I was a little bit not anxious, I was a little bit dubious about using the glue gun because there's no play in the glue, and perhaps something that had a little bit of movement in it might have been better for knocking it when you get on and off and stuff like that. But because I filled up the void so much, I'm hoping that that's going to be there forever now. But yeah, time will tell. So let's get the seat off, look for a paint code, and then go and order some paint. Where are we with it? Well, there's a couple of questions actually. One is, it seems to have one xenon headlight, which is the one on that side, and that one seems to be the normal one. Now, the question is, why wouldn't you do both? Because it does involve some aftermarket wiring at the back, and if you, it must be an MOT pass. That's the only thing that's bugging me, because this has got to go for an MOT in a couple of days, or inspection if you're in America. But with one headlight done and the other one, I thought it might fail, but the fact that they have only done just the one kind of sees that. But you can see the aftermarket wiring down there, and there's definitely none going to that side, so it's not like a blown bulb on that side or anything. Someone actually has gone to the effort to do it properly like that. The heated grips work, which is really nice. I've cleaned the tank, all of the excess gumps off. There's a couple of marks on the rear panniers, and some of the paint is bobbling around here. I don't know if that's a common issue. I'd have thought it probably is. But I'm gonna get my mop out and give those a little bit of a going over, so that'll be fine. I went to try to start it earlier, and again it wouldn't start, so I charged the battery and went backwards and forwards, and I did get started. But I've now ordered a new battery, and I've ordered the paint. So I'm quite convinced this is Caspian Blue, which is paint code JD, and it is just for, like I mentioned before, that little part down there. So it's just a tiny couple of bits of touch up on that, and we'll mop that back pannier as well. MOT, that's it, that's that, and I think that's it. So what am I going to do now? Well, I will tell you how much I paid for it, but that'll be somewhere hidden in this video, so you have to watch it. Can't just skip to the end. Well, it might be the end. I haven't decided yet. Right, another day, another dollar. This bike, waiting for parts now. Yes, I was waiting for Caspian Blue because I thought that was the colour that it was, and I've ordered some, only to realise that I actually had some. So I've been touching up down the bottom there. You can see it. Actually, you can't, because it's really good. No, it's not really good. It's just that you're far away, and that does need to be just brought down and then mopped over. But today's job is going to be all of these scratches on just the side panniers. That one's, oh, it is. Yeah, I'm not getting those out. Oh, I might do. They're not deep, right? So that's the job. Yeah, not well, but we will soldier on. I'm not going to go too mad with this. I don't want to go through the lacquer. And that is a lot better. I've got rid of a vast majority of the scratches. And just to put that in context, that's how it's worked out. Still got the scratches down there, if you can see them. But yeah, that's brilliant. So I'm going to jump on to the other side. You don't need to see that. And then that's another box ticked. Right, so this has gone on quite quickly, and there's a few updates with this bike. But the first thing I wanted to mention was I ordered a battery because the other one wasn't just in the game. I think it was just old, and its cold cranking amps are just going down. to the point where it wasn't starting the bike. So to change the battery on here, you have to undo the bolts at the back, which hold the seat on, which is, yeah, quite normal. And then, oh, let's just pull this off. It's not just as easy as a lot of the other bikes. So battery is laying down, which isn't a problem within itself. And I thought, yep, just undo the bolts, pull the battery out, and chuck the new one in. Didn't quite work like that because the bracket that holds the seat in. On this particular model, it's part of the tank. On some of the other STs, it's not. It's part of a removable bracket you can take off here. So if this is you doing a battery, this might help. You have to undo here and here to make some space on both sides. In here, you see the tank bolt, nut and bolt that runs through the bottom of the tank that holds the tank on. You have to undo that and pull the bolt out. Once the bolt is out, you can lift the tank just enough to get that battery out, but it is very, very, very fiddly. Once it's done, I used a rubber mallet here just to push it back into place so I could get the bolt back in, because that was a bit of a pig getting it back into place. And yeah, but once that was done, it went in okay. So yeah, very fiddly, not the easiest one I've ever done. And on a bike, it should be easy, because one of the consumable parts that you do have to change is the battery, and it shouldn't be such a faff. But that's that. So let's move on with the other update. So the bike is finished. It's just had an MOT and it's gone through without any problems, which is a relief, not just to me, but the person who bought it. So where does this bike stand me? Why am I talking so slowly? I'm not William Shatner. Where does this bike stand me money wise? Well, I paid, have a guess, £325 for this bike. Yeah, it is a bargain. I've always wanted an ST, even though it's not staying with me. I am really pleased to say that I have owned one, because this was the dream bike to me for many, many years. And it's gorgeous. It really is a very, very nice bike. Yeah, £325 I paid for it, with fees, auction fees, which were incredibly expensive, and delivery, which I do get at a slight discount. It came to another £300. So the total purchase and delivery price is £650, £625. Yeah, that's right. In parts, which were the battery, some paint, the MOT, and something else. This has just really skipped my mind at the moment. Came to the grand total of £80. So all in all, that came to 700 and three. Oh, came to 3, 6, 7, 7. Yeah, that's right. Seemed too cheap. Grand total of £705. And what do I do with it now? Well, that's also a great question. And the answer is nothing. No, I'm not keeping this, but it is going to a good home. As soon as my brother saw this bike, he expressed an interest, and I've done him a very, very, very good deal on this bike. I could have sold this for quite a lot of money, relatively speaking, for the type of bike that they are and the amount of money that they're fetching. But no, his family, and I love him to bits, so he gets this bike, and I'm sure that he will enjoy it, and make some memories on it. So that's it for this episode. It wasn't a very long one, because this didn't have too much to do, thank God. If you have enjoyed the video, please like it, and subscribe, and watch some of the other videos if this is the kind of thing that you like. There's some other stuff coming up soon, including the bike that I bought the same time as this, which was the Honda CB500, which is just waiting on parts at the moment. But yeah, that's it. So this is my last video of 2025 for me. So happy new year from me, and ride safe.